What's going on, guys? Beau here, and welcome back to another episode of Beau History. And today we're going to be talking about something that I consider one of the weirdest Transformers shows I've ever seen, but also one of the most interesting Transformers shows I've ever seen. Today we're reviewing the next Japanese Transformers show after Headmasters, and I'm obviously referring to Super God Masterforce. Let me give you guys an overview of what the show was basically about. With the conclusion of the first Japanese exclusive Transformers franchise, the Headmasters, the head writer felt that he had brought the story concepts introduced in the Transformers the movie to a conclusion, and sought to make a fresh start with Super God Masterforce. Whereas the Headmasters had featured the existing cast of the American animated series, basically the G1 characters, they gradually introduced new characters as it progressed, the Headmasters and the Six Shot. Super God Masterforce was, on the surface, almost entirely divorced from what had gone before, featuring only a cast of entirely new characters in a new scenario. Although links between Masterforce and the events and characters of the Headmasters were expanded upon in various other media and articles, the series itself is remarkably self-contained, to the point of frustration, with many important background aspects not fully divulged in the course of the podcast series. This series is loosely connected to the Headmasters. It's a brand new take of the Transformers, and it's kind of, in a way, not part of the trilogy, because it's separate from all the other shows. And there's also another reason why this show is so different, because this show is a human show. This is a very human-centric focus in Masterforce, with the basic theme of the series being that with the Masterforce, you too transform, that human beings are to be responsible with the defense of their own planet. This is a very cool thing and nice thing to teach kids, that you must protect your planet no matter what comes at your way, even if they are giant robots. You can do a Pacific Rim bit. Anyway, this resulted in the very different approach the series takes, which sees the figures released that year by Hasbro as Headmasters and Power Masters were reimagined as Headmaster Juniors and Godmasters. Godmasters are human beings who connected to lifeless transector bodies and actually become Transformers themselves. In a similar thematic move, the Autobot Pretenders do not, they basically come off as giant humans, as in American fiction, but instead perform all ill-defined holistic transformation that actually alters them into a cellular level, shrinking them down into human forms. For some reason, this was the first Transformers cartoon to be shown in Russia, followed by the other Japanese cartoons in the wrong order, which left many Russian children very confused as far as continuity goes. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that are different compared to the Headmasters. There's no mention of the cast before. It's a brand new cast. It's human focused. It is kind of, in a way, not a Transformers show. It also is the first show to be shown in Russia, and the toys that we see in America were reimagined completely differently. This show is pretty much a reboot of itself. Now, like I said with Headmasters, it's very, very hard to give a true storyline of this series, because with all Japanese Transformers shows, they have a bunch of plots. It goes from one to another. It's really hard to base it upon it, because it is pretty much events as it goes. It's pretty much plots as it goes. For most shows in modern day, there is one centric plot. But in this one, there is a lot of plots. And it's really hard for me to review it with so many plots. In a total of episodes, there was 43 episodes, with, like I said, in Headmasters, a few episodes thrown in just because they needed to add a few, which were no new episodes at all and not connecting to the show whatsoever. The cast of this is a pretty strong suit. For the Godmasters, we had Genii, Lightfoot, Ranger, Road King, and Clouder. For the Godmasters and the Decepticons, we had Overlord, Giga, basic Overlord, who was made up of two Transformers named Giga and Mega. Then we have Darkwings, who is made up of two Decepticons named Buster and Hydra, and Double Clouder. Now, a lot of you are probably know Double Clouder as Double Dealer. Double Clouder is the Japanese name for Double Dealer, and like everyone else would know, Double Dealer is basically he switches a lot in places. He becomes both an Autobot and Decepticon. Recently, he got a toy in Generations. It was a repaint/remold of the Generations Blitzwing, which was not really a good toy whatsoever. So as you can see, this series was different in many ways. It was human-focused, with a lot of brand new characters, not connected to the Headmasters, and it's different for a Transformers show. However, it's not a terrible show. Like I said, it's interesting because it's human-focused, and it actually works and benefits a lot. So, that's Super God Masterforce in a nutshell. And the next one, we're going to talk about probably one of the best Transformers shows ever. And let me tell you this, it was a fantastic and probably a huge victory.